Good morning, everyone. My name is Jennifer, and I am living in Jamaica. Um, First of all, um, this is my second video on a new channel. First, I had one video on another channel, but for some funny reason, I wasn't able to get the lighting and the color and everything right, so I didn't make any more videos. However, I'm starting a new one now, and I'd like to know what you guys think, if it can match to the YouTube thing or no, because I am new to this. I don't know how it works. I'm not an expert, so if the videos come out a little bit choppy, I hope that with time they will get better. All right, so first of all, what I'd like to talk about is my association with the cult of Jehovah's Witnesses. Um, I realize that on YouTube there are a lot of persons telling very similar tale of how they were treated, how the organization has changed, some of the rules and the restrictions that you had to adhere to. Um, I was not born in the religion. I actually started studying the Bible when I was 27, 28, somewhere there. And then I stopped studying, and then I started studying again, and I kept on and off for about maybe 6 years. So by the time I got baptized, I was 30 something. Anyway, I really don't plan to spend a whole lot of time on this because I've passed this stage now. I really don't want to spend my time and energy dealing with something that is not helping anybody, by the way. All right, so there's so much that we can talk about. There's so much that I can talk about the witnesses that maybe will help other persons who are waking up and to actually see that, they're not alone and that this is indeed a cult. All right. All right, so from the time I started studying and started attending the conventions, there were always some words and some phrases that were used that I could not understand. Some experience were given, for example, this woman, at the time I was married and was going through hell in my marriage, and everything that had to do with a talk that has to do with marriage. Sometime I will not go to the Kingdom Hall. I will deliberately just stay home and avoid that meeting because of how much I had an issue with this whole way that the men or the brothers treat ladies. So I was at the convention at a stadium in Trelawney when a sister gave her experience, right? And it was basically talking about her um, unbelieving husband who, when she started studying, now by now she's a witness, but when she started studying, her man or her husband was opposed to her study. So one evening after she came home, it was a Thursday evening, they have the theocratic ministry school and um, whatever else, and service meeting. I don't even remember. All right, so she came home, she made his dinner, she made sure the house was tidy, and she left for the meetings. All right, so you know that the meetings usually run until about 7 o'clock. So by the time you finish, according to them, meet and greet and whatever, you're out of there. Probably she got home about 9 o'clock. When she got home, the husband locked the door. So she said, okay, um, she's not going to make a fuss about it. She just lay on the couch, on the whatever they had on the veranda, like a seat. She laid there until in the morning. She got up like a good little witness and made him breakfast didn't even say anything about the fact that she was locked out and carried on as if it was business as usual. Now, mind you, I am in a relationship that is not going very well. And when I heard that, I was so upset. I mean, I could hit the roof. Um, I didn't hear anything else after that experience. I went to the bathroom, I washed my face, I took some deep breaths, and I came back and I could not hear anything else. And from that time, I realized that I don't need to be in this religion. This religion is not healthy for anybody. Anyway, long and short of the story, when I started looking at the videos on YouTube of the ex Jehovah's Witnesses, and I started realizing that there were other people who figured as much as I did and thought the way I thought, and I go like, oh, so this is why they don't want us to go on the internet, because if we go on the internet, it's going to help us to realize that it is indeed a cult. So I started watching the videos, and mind you, at the time it was my son and I know. And when he realized that I was watching the videos, he kept saying, Mommy, you know you're not to watch those things and blah blah blah. Anyway, I ignored him and I watched them. It's a whole different ball game of some of the stuff that happened. It's a mind thing, it's a game thing, it's a control thing. A lot of stuff has happened to me when I woke up and decided that I am not a weak woman, I'm a very strong person. I was born stubborn according to them. I am very strong headed, and I decided that, hey, this is not for me, it's not my thing. All right, so I decided to leave. Here goes the elders. They kept hounding me and haunting me and this and that. They claim all kind of things. I was like, I mean, that was 2015, right? If it was like now, it would have been a different outcome, because I would have stood up to them and I would have told them that, listen, I am not answerable to anybody. As a matter of fact, you people are not even educated. You don't even know how to say a line in English. How on earth are you going to have me in a judicial committee when you don't even know how to speak? But the bottom line is, at the time I was still in, I mean, I was back and forth in my mind as to whether or not it is true. And then some of the stuff, it was just so, it's like, it was so hard to deal with at the time, because I never had any family who was involved in it. I never had anybody who I knew who came out of it and were, upset with whatever was happening. So I didn't know where to turn. I didn't have anybody to talk to. And when I looked at the information, I realized that, hey, something is definitely wrong with it. Wake up, snap out of it, and stop worrying about what everybody is going to think and if they're going to shun you and this and that. So I decided to leave. When I left, like I said, they came, they called, they tell me, oh, you're going, and we need to have a judicial committee meeting with you and blah, 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 this, that, that. And I said, you know what? I'm not having any meeting with anybody. I am not having the meeting. I am not interested in discussing anything. I'm not coming back to the kingdom. Full stop. And I'm telling you, these guys will not stop. They will harass you from sun up to sundown. And I said, you know what? I am not going to have my son being a part of this thing. And I started to work on him right away. I said, you're not going there. I said, this is not healthy for anybody, and I am the one who took it here, and I'm the one who's going to take you out. They come here, they want to have a study with him and everything. I was like, listen, I run the show here, and I say, I don't want you guys here. I don't want you here. You can't come to my house. We're not interested, even though at the time they claimed my son was an unbaptized publisher, and so he would have been accountable to Joe. You know, the slang, the talk, and whatever. So I said, okay, I run the show here, and if I say you can't come here, I mean you can't come here. So guess what? Get out. So I was very rude and disrespectful to them according to them. I didn't treat them with any former, they expect you to be nice and blah blah. I said, listen, I said, I pay the bills here. I said, I am the one running the show here, so you got to leave. I said, get out. As a matter of fact, I was leaving the shower, going outside with just my towel around my waist. And there they were sitting on the veranda talking to my son. I said, who invited you here? I said, I told you I don't want you guys here. They say, well, your son is an unbaptized publisher, so we have to talk to him. So I said, well, let me tell you something. I run this show. And I say, I don't want you here. This is my house, and I have a right to decide who come here. So I opened the grill and let them out. And they were there, oh, we need to have a discussion with you. Anyway, fast forward to another 6 months later, they call me on my phone and say, um, I just wanted to let you know that we're gonna disfellowship you and you have 7 days to appeal. So I said, appeal for what? I said, appeal for what? I have not committed any crime. I am not in front of a judge. So why should I appeal to you? Um, we're just letting you know that you can appeal. And I said, listen, man, I said, do whatever you're doing without me. I am not coming. I'm not interested. You guys are not judges. You guys, I mean, if it was now, I would go. I mean, I would go and I would tell them all the crap that I know now about the witnesses. And so I said no to the meeting. Sorry because I don't have my thoughts together. I'm just trying to make the video. But so they realize now that that's it for me. I'm not going back. And then I started waking up, really waking up, and I need to make a separate video about this because there's a whole lot. The Jehovah's Witness story is not done, but like I said, I really don't want to spend my time and energy talking about it because it's not like at this point it make a difference. It doesn't make any difference. They're just like people. I used to drive down the road and feel like, oh, I wonder what they think. And now I'm like, you all a bunch of dunces. You all sitting there, sitting up in that kingdom hall for so many years, and you were told the same information, and it's changing day by day, and you're just sitting up in there and not realizing, and you don't even question anything. I mean, who on earth gets to decide the way my life should go without me asking any question? You are in a religion before you join Jehovah's Witness, and they say, oh, you need to resign from them because they were this and that and the other. So now that you are a Jehovah's Witness, you get no, you can't ask any question. Once you leave, that's the end of you. They shun you. They say all kind of rude, disrespectful, and disparaging things about you. I mean, I have never seen any religion so slanderous as Jehovah's Witnesses. They go in front of the congregation and they say, oh, so and so is this fellowship. Everybody, every one of the witnesses has something to say and to think and to feel about you when they don't even know what happened in truth and in fact. And so when I started looking at these things, I realized that, man, this religion is something that everybody need to wake up to. And we all need to stand up to them and let them know that, hey, we're not mentally diseased. And yes, I am an apostate because what apostate means is you no longer believe something that you used to believe before. Jehovah's Witnesses or the governing body of Jehovah's Witnesses is the one who take it out of context and tell about you're mentally diseased and you're this and that and whatever. It's not true. It's not true. And I don't need to answer to anybody. God is not somewhere with a book writing down any name, and there's no such thing about no Armageddon, and I don't believe none of that foolishness anymore. A lot of us need to get up and read. We need to start to look into things. We need to question things. Who says God tell them what to write? And who says the book is even inspired? It doesn't make any sense to me. You can't have love and hate in the same sentence. And like I said, this is another whole different video because there's a lot of stuff that I have to say and I want to say it and I don't really care what anybody think or feel. When you okay, when you get to the point in life where you don't give a hoot about what anybody says, is when you really and truly start living. I don't care if there's a scar in my face. I don't care if I've been a part of Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't care if I've had 10 or 15 different atrocities or whatever, disappointments happening. It does not matter. The fact of the matter is, I am perfectly and wonderfully made. I don't need anybody to tell me who I am and what I should be. I am perfect in my own right and way. And let me say this for those of you who will be quick to say, well, she sounds like she don't believe in God anymore. I don't need to believe in God. I don't need to believe in God. I know there's something higher than what we see right here. Our minds are not even able to conceive it. So for anybody to decide and to tell me what God say and who is this and whatever, it's not their place. It's not their place. I should decide for myself what I want to believe. I don't want nobody force me to believe anything. I'm not going to believe in a book that don't make no sense. You understand? That book does not make any sense if you really look at it. This God love on one hand and hate on the other hand. This is not true. The Bible says God is love. So how does a God of love hate until he kills woman, child, and everybody animal in a flood? And how comes from the time he stopped talking back then he can't talk anymore? If I am going to listen to him, he will have to speak to me. I don't want to hear anything that anybody say from how many thousands a year back. I want to hear from myself now. And if I can't hear now, I am good with what I know. I don't need to believe anything. I know that I have a hand. I don't believe that I have a hand. I shouldn't have to believe that I have a hand. I know that I have a hand. So it's okay if you want to believe. It's perfectly fine by me if you want to believe. But don't tell me that I have to believe anything. I don't judge. I don't. You can't tell people that hey, your hairstyle is not like mine, so you're not up to date or you're not this or that. You can't tell a person that hey, because you eat meat, you can't go to heaven. Or you can't tell somebody that because them have tattoo, this and that. It's everybody's personal preference. Let everybody be, let everybody do whatever they want to do and leave the rest of it alone. You think the creator is up in the sky saying, oh, they're not living right. The creator don't have any negative emotions. All negative emotions that are ascribed to the creator are ascribed by human beings who are imperfect. So they cannot see beyond their imperfection. And while some of the persons who wrote the scriptures had good intentions and based on where they were, they might have been getting some information. But when you look at it in details, you realize that the information got somewhere distorted somewhere along the line. Because it can't be that I am going to serve. Why do I need to serve God? What reason does that have to, what does that have to do with me? Why should I serve a jealous God? Jealousy is a man-made feeling and quality. It has nothing to do with the creator. So if he's up there, if he made me the way I am, and then he's up there saying, oh, if you don't do what I say, I'm going to do what? Oh, well, I'm here waiting. I don't know. I'm not worried about it. I don't care what happens when I die. I mean, if I go somewhere else, great. If I don't, that's also fine. Why should I sit here and worry about what's going to happen when I die? I'm not interested. So these people who come around with all kind of religion, all they need to do is think. There are over 2,500, if not more, religions, and everybody claim to be right. Everybody is right. So guess what? I am also right in saying that the Creator has no form. The Creator does not sit on any throne. The Creator is not a man. God was created in man's image, not man was created in God's image. All right? Where we are, we cannot even fathom the largeness, the bigness of who and what the Creator is. If you take a look at the sun, which is also a creation of that which we call God, you realize that God is way bigger than you can imagine. So don't waste your time trying to figure it out. It's not our business, it's not our place. We are here for a reason. Let's just be. And let's just let everybody else be. When you sit and you judge others, you start to pent up all kind of emotion that does not serve you. Since I left the witnesses and I started researching and started to check things out and question things, I cannot tell you how freeing I am right now. I am free in my mind and everything. I can do whatever I want to do. I am not obligated to anybody to suit their needs. I am here to suit my needs. So if you don't like it, then don't look. I don't have time to watch you or what you're doing. I don't care what you want to do, frankly. And I am not at the point where in my life that I am going to sit and, oh, well, you don't think that way, so I must be. I don't have no time for that. I am living my life however I want, and when I go, I go. If I am not doing what I'm supposed to do, it's not my fault. And I am not no sinner either. Where they get these terms from? You were born in sin and shaped in iniquity? By whom? I wasn't born in no sin or shaped in no iniquity. I am perfectly and wonderfully made. And you know what's funny about this book? It tell you all kind of different mumbo jumbo story, right? It tell you all kind. It tell you 1 minute say you're wonderfully made, and then it tell you say you're born in a sin or shaped in a iniquity. I can never figure that book out. So I don't bother read it no more. So if you start to question and start to say, well, this don't look right or that don't look right, then is when them say you're this and you're that, you're an atheist, you're that, you don't believe in a God. I don't believe in God. I honestly don't believe in God. I know there is something higher than what we see and what we are here. That is enough for me. I don't need anything else. I don't have to sit here and wonder if God up in heaven and is going to judge me because, oh, I don't, what kind of mistake? Everything is good and bad, everything is negative and positive. So stop stressing yourself about what everybody else wants to think and feel and just live your life. Just be who you want to be and stop worrying about it. Life is good. Life is great. You're here. You can eat. You have health. You have everything happening for you. So stop worrying about what everybody else think and feel and just do yourself. All the years I've been in a cult, I'm always looking over my shoulder. Now I go about my business. I don't worry about nothing. I don't pay attention to stuff that make me feel bad. I just keep my focus on myself and what I can do to improve my life and my situation. That's it. Period. I don't want to make this video too long because then it might get boring and you might not want to watch it. So thank you for watching and I'll be making some more videos soon. Thank you. Bye.